Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be goofing off around Technocrat's iron. So first up, we're going to go visit the outside of our good friend Commodore 64. There's a nice hole there that Gerb Snail showed me earlier. It was actually his video from the other day that inspired me to come out this way. I'll link that video below. He uses a different method than I'm going to be showing here, so it was pretty interesting to see. We used 2 supers and some stasis crystals to wait for the recharge. But it looked like a good opportunity to show off some fancy sword flying techniques. I showed this in a previous video, but this is a place where it's actually pretty useful. So we climbed up there to set our height limit for catapult lift, because you can actually regain all that distance that we just dropped by sword flying. Normally with sword flying, you're just jumping horizontally, so your height limit is set basically at the height you start at, so you don't really gain any height at all. But because we jumped from a very high point, I can just kind of fly back and forth here and slowly gain height. Normally I would speed up the footage for something like this, but this isn't a terribly simple maneuver. You have to get the timing down and save your jump. In fact, for half of this, I might not even have been gaining height at the rate I should have. But I've left this unsped up so you can get kind of an idea for the timing. Also doesn't help that I have a high field of view set, so it's a little harder to see the height gain until we get pretty close. And you don't want to push too early or you'll fall all the way back down, but we've made it! And above us is the boss room, and you can see these nice little, like, seed cluster looking sets of tanks. And these lovely structures that don't help you climb at all. I'm just gonna jump up on this and yeah, that's fake too. Well, it's just going to abandon climbing here and just go straight for the super. This one has to be solid since, you know, it's the boss arena and all. I don't think we can jump up on that, unfortunately. Well, we can go play around with some tanks. I guess it's just the body, no legs yet. And height ceiling. Oh, hello. A little bit of welding going on over here. But this isn't going to be solid. Nope. Oh, maybe that pipe will be. Good old plumbing. Another look at this. It's a nifty little area. Well, anyways, let's go take a look at the hallway you would normally walk on. It is very interesting on the outside of it. I'm not sure if you can look out and see any of that detail. Probably not, given everything else, but, you know. There was one more interesting thing I spotted out this way. Just going to sword fly around the edge here really quick. Just looking to see what other interesting things there are around here before moving on. Yeah, if you look up there, it kind of looks like a one of the fallen ships just kind of docked there. I think that's probably somewhere that we go, but honestly I haven't explored this area too thoroughly. Kind of docked there. A nice blinky light room. Anyways, going back to the start of Technocrat's Iron, there is this nifty hidden area that I have taken to calling office space now. Earlier when I was here and messing around where you saw previously, JV3 ran over to this section, so checked it out afterwards. I'm sure it's been found before. Oh, there are those chess pieces again. Someday we'll figure out what those are doing everywhere. They're in, feels like almost every one of the new zones. But anyways, this kind of looks like a parking structure or like hollowed out office buildings. But it is pretty nifty. And there's Henry. While this was all going on, I was hanging out on the Raid Secrets Discord like I often do. If you have interest in out-of-map exploration, it's a pretty good place to check out. Pretty much whenever someone hops into the voice channel there and starts streaming out-of-map shenanigans, people will join in. But yeah, some of these holes are real, some of them are not. Just a very interesting area. It'd be an interesting, thing to have a mission in. You could put, an Easter egg on any one of these floors, and it could be years before anyone finds it. There's actually a lot of these buildings, too. You can just jump between them. And they're varied enough that just do this for hours. Probably get a pretty good hide and seek game going here. I don't know if you'd be able to do that 12-man from the raid instance, because that backwards climb might be tricky. But if you're looking for a challenge, there is an idea. And I have found, the only turn back. Welp. But yeah, if you go low enough here, there is in fact a kill floor. Just going to see if I can, drop down to a bit. But yeah, jumping between those buildings is just so much fun. And then, there we go. The floor. If you go high enough, you'll also hit the bottom of the kill floor of the upper area. So you've got kind of bounds on both sides. And yeah, this area really takes advantage of the verticality, and it's a shame we don't have structures like this to explore in the regular game, because it is pretty interesting. All of the bits of geometry going on here. But yeah, check this out if you're looking for areas to explore. And at some point I'll have to get to the rest of the Rees Reborn areas. Whoa, check that out. There's like
Yeah, I know, it's really whack.
a buzzsaw.
The darkness buzzsaw.
You.
Some way they're calculating shadow.
Meow.
Can I just say this looks great from my point of view, because it looks like you're just looking at the ground running backwards and forwards.